The story begins as a woman distracts guards at a secure facility. Meanwhile, an alarm begins to sound, alerting security to a problem. A man in a specialized wheeled suit is spotted by the guards. A red alert is declared as the intruder breaches the perimeter. The guards are ordered to capture him as he attempts to invade the installation. A frantic chase ensues through the facility's grounds. The guards open fire, trying to stop the agile intruder. Despite their efforts, the guards lose sight of him, noting his incredible speed. Using his wheeled suit, the man escapes by rolling down a winding mountain road. We are introduced to the protagonist, JC, as he receives a call from his associate, Jonathan. Jonathan offers JC a new, high-stakes mission. The target is to find the legendary 12 bronze heads of the Chinese Zodiac. The scene shifts to an auction house where rare artifacts are being sold. A wealthy corporation head, Lawrence, buys a set of 4 rare stamps. He immediately destroys 3 of them, making the last one pricelessly unique. Lawrence reveals his business model, acquiring rare items to create one-of-a-kind relics. He explains that exploiting the patriotism of others is highly profitable. Lawrence instructs Jonathan to hire JC to find all the missing Zodiac heads. He offers a staggering €1 million for each head. If JC can also find the elusive dragon head, Lawrence will add an extra 0 to the bonus. We meet Professor Guan, an expert on cultural relics. He is being interviewed by a reporter named Martin, who is actually JC in disguise. Professor Guan explains the history of the old summer palace in China. He describes the magnificent fountain clock, which featured the 12 Zodiac statues. In 1860, foreign armies invaded and looted the palace. The 12 bronze statues were among the countless treasures stolen. The palace was then burned to the ground in a fire that lasted 3 days and nights. Professor Guan works with international students to repatriate stolen relics. He shows JC his near-perfect replicas of the lost heads. Guan mentions that one of his students in Paris has information on their whereabouts. JC, as Martin, touches a replica, secretly scanning it with a high-tech glove. Using a fake identity, JC arrives in Paris to begin his search. He finds a group of activists protesting for the return of cultural relics. He meets Professor Guan's student, a passionate activist named Coco. Coco informs him that the rabbit and rat heads are in the collection of Count Marceau. One of the activists returns, having been beaten up while investigating. JC briefs his team, Simon and David, on the plan to infiltrate the Count's castle. JC's team presents a catalog to the Count, which is coated in a special powder. The powder transfers the Count's fingerprints, allowing the team to track his movements. Using the fingerprints, they can see exactly what the Count touches inside his vault. JC infiltrates the castle and finds the hidden safe behind a bookshelf. He notices that the obsessive-compulsive Count has left books out of place. He realizes the misplaced books are a code, revealing the combination to the safe. Inside, he finds the authentic rabbit and rat heads. He also discovers a trove of other priceless stolen artifacts from around the world. To his surprise, he finds the famous The Roses painting, his original target. The Count's wife discovers him, and the alarm is raised. JC is pursued by guards and attack dogs through the castle grounds. He finds himself trapped in a large hedge maze. Using his knowledge of animal behavior, he manages to calm the pursuing dogs. He finally escapes the maze and signals his team for pickup. While waiting for his ride, Coco confronts him on the street. She recognizes him as the intruder from the castle. As the Count's guards close in, JC and Coco are forced to flee together in his getaway van. JC makes a daring escape and tells his team to meet him at the boat. On the boat, Coco demands to know who JC really is. He claims he will return the heads to the Chinese government, which appeases her for now. The police board the boat, alerted by the Count. However, a woman named Catherine provides an alibi, claiming nothing was stolen. Catherine, who is the Count's estranged niece, reveals she was part of the plan. She tells JC she has something at her home that might interest him. The team visits Catherine's castle, which is being repossessed by the bank. She reveals another Zodiac head, the rooster. She explains her great-grandfather was a captain on a ship that looted treasures from China. His ship, the Indestructible, sank with its precious cargo. Catherine asks for JC's help in finding the lost ship and her ancestor. She shows them a painting of the shipwreck, a clue to its location. Coco is outraged to see another stolen Chinese artifact, a priceless painting. She confronts Catherine about her family's history of pillaging. Catherine apologizes for the actions of her ancestors. JC agrees to help find the ship, seeing it as an opportunity to find more heads. His team secretly plans to steal the rooster head and replace it with a replica. They trick Coco into getting the replica data from Professor Guan for their research. On a remote island, the team uses a mini drone to survey the landscape. They match the terrain to the painting and find the location of the shipwreck. While exploring, Coco and Catherine slip and fall down a steep embankment. JC executes a daring rescue, but they all tumble further down. After the fall, Coco injures her ankle, but they have landed right at the shipwreck. They discover the indestructible was carried far inland by a massive wave. Inside, Catherine finds the remains of her great-grandfather. The team finds a crate containing several more of the lost Zodiac heads. They are suddenly ambushed by a group of modern-day pirates. Pierre, the man from the castle, also arrives with his henchmen, creating a three-way standoff. The pirate leader demands a ransom for their lives. JC creates a diversion, and a chaotic fight breaks out. During the fight, they discover the ship is also loaded with gold bars. The team works together to escape the pirates and Pierre's men. They find a massive log filled with gold, which was part of the ship's treasure. Using the ship's old mechanisms, they devise a plan to escape with the log. They launch the log down the mountainside, riding it like a toboggan. Aboard their boat, Coco discovers JC's true intentions to sell the heads for profit. She confronts him, calling him a shameless mercenary with no respect for his heritage. JC argues that the past is the past and that anyone can make better relics today. During their heated argument, the log full of gold slips from the boat and sinks. JC claims the gold is cursed and is better left at the bottom of the sea. News reports show that the MP Corporation is auctioning the dragon head. The team realizes they were set up from the beginning. MP Corp had the dragon head all along. Due to global protests, the auction fails, with no one placing a bid. A distraught Coco finds JC and tells him 3 activists, including her brother, are missing. She also reveals Professor Guan was arrested for giving them the replica data. Moved by her plea, JC has a change of heart and decides to rescue them. He tells Jonathan he has recovered the Rose's painting to arrange a meeting. JC travels to MP Corp's hidden facility to trade the painting for the activists. The facility is revealed to be a massive, high-tech art forgery factory. There, he confronts his old rival, Vulture, who works for MP Corp. JC challenges Vulture to a fight, which takes place entirely on a single sofa. JC uses the fight as a diversion to find the captured activists. He triggers an explosion, causing chaos throughout the factory. After a destructive battle, JC manages to defeat Vulture and rescue the activists. Lawrence, the head of MP Corp, arrives and agrees to the trade, the painting for the hostages. Furious at being outsmarted, Lawrence decides to teach the world a lesson. He announces that he will throw the dragon head into an active volcano. As the world watches live, MP's men fly over the volcano to drop the artifact. Suddenly, a 4th parachutist appears in the sky. It's JC. He engages in a spectacular mid-air battle to retrieve the dragon head. JC secures the head, but his parachute is destroyed in the process. He plummets towards the volcano in a desperate freefall. Using his wheeled suit, he miraculously surfs down the side of the erupting volcano. At the last moment, Vulture, impressed by his bravery, swoops in and saves him. In the aftermath, Lawrence and his son are arrested for possessing the stolen painting. The other stolen treasures are anonymously returned to their home countries. Professor Guan is released, and the team celebrates their victory for cultural heritage. JC returns the stolen painting to Catherine, making amends. JC's estranged wife appears at the hospital, and they reconcile. JC, now a hero, has found a new purpose beyond money. He is surrounded by his friends and family, ready for a new beginning. If you want a recap of your favorite movies and shows, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next ones. See you next time, everyone.